Hey everybody, I want to be real quick here because I know you guys have other things to do. I have an '04 Durango here, 4.7 liter V8 engine. It gave me a lot of stalling problems. Originally it seemed to be intermittent. However, I was looking online and they gave you every solution in the world as to why it's stalling. And this is while driving, it's while idle. The first thing I saw was the idle air control valve, which is this guy here, if you can see that. There was also the TPM, the throttle positioning sensor, which is right above it there. There were other issues in terms of online, of course, where you see these blue things here. These are the ignition coils. So it's a V8 engine. There's 8 ignition coils, 4 on either side, and underneath those you also have the spark plugs. There were a lot of issues, that online told you it could be. So I went one by one and replaced those. There were also sensors on the passenger side of the wheel. If you can see there's a sensor right there, which is the crankshaft. And then there's another sensor right about there as the camshaft. So I replaced all of those and I still had my stalling problem. There were 2 other things that they wanted, well not they, but that I saw online that could be replaced as to the reason. And one of them was the fuel pump, which I didn't want to touch. And then the other one was the basically the computer, the PCM board, which is actually behind the battery here. You can't really see it, but it sits basically behind here against the frame. I've replaced that. This is the old one that I had. When I took this thing out, because I was stumped, when I took it out, I did notice that there was a considerable amount of corrosion here. But when you crack this thing open, it looks like there's some type of goo on the inside. I'm assuming it would be to prevent any water from getting in, but I don't know if that achieved success in that or not, because once I got up to operating temperature, I noticed that the car it wasn't just a stall anymore, it just shut down. And it gradually did that over months. But it eventually, once it got up to operating temperature, it just shut down. I started back up. It may go for a couple seconds and then shut down again. So if you try to get on the road with that, it'll do that on you. The wheel will lock up and you have to either put it in neutral and start it, or pull over to the side, start it again, something like that. Very dangerous. But once I put the PCM in, replacing that, it started working like a miracle again. So I just wanted to share that with everybody. One of the culprits that caused all of these problems to occur is the thing that you see right here, which is the cowl panel. If you can look at it, this thing is really damaged. Anytime it rains, it's just gonna seep right in there. This is something that I have on order right now, and I plan on getting it replaced. When I do, then I think we'll be in good shape here. But another thing I saw online is the '04 and '05 Durangos. They have this old cowl panel. It is a defective unit over time because it shrinks, it discolors, and the seal breaks over a period of time. So every time it rained, water came right in and made everything rusty. Can't really see it anymore because I replaced everything, but that's where all the water seeped in, and I'm assuming that's where all the water came in on this PCM board. It's also called an ECU or ECM, electronic control module, electronic control unit, or the PCM. So hopefully this is helpful for you guys. Again, I replaced all of these parts before I replaced the PCM because it was the most expensive, cost over $200, and there was a refurbished unit. Can't find one brand new. But all in all, this took almost $1,000 to replace everything. But now it's running as I hoped it would. So it was money well spent. Over 150,000 miles. Hopefully I can get another 50,000 before I start having any other troubles, or even further. If you like this video, please click like, subscribe. Check out the other DIY videos that I have, as well as any other content that I have. Thanks for watching.